yourselves.
Hello and welcome to Big Brother's
Get your hand up my shoulder.
Shut up. Big Brother's Bit on the Site, the show that's so good we regularly wake people up out of comas.
We are constantly working miracles. Got to say, some very special guests this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, he makes food out of mist. It's Heston Blumenthal. And, ladies and gentlemen,
We love him.
it's Heston Services.
Oh. Did you miss me last week?
Were you away last week?
Yeah, I wasn't here last Saturday.
Didn't notice. Anyway, power to the people. The public were in charge this week. Oh, no, didn't they cause a stir? Ashley had immunity. Winston had a delete dilemma. And Pav turned himself into a dirty sandwich.
Nice, that's nice. Well, listen, stick around because we've got 3 courses of psychological chat to satisfy your hungry minds. But first, they've tried to keep us apart for far too long. But the original trio have reformed. Give it up for Louisa!
We missed you.
Well, he didn't miss
Happy
me.
today, Ian.
I have taken so many drugs today. I'm off my mash.
He has
boys.
not taken drugs.
On that note, it's been an eventful week. What with all the public opinion filtering through the house with the focus group and all of that. Lulu, what did you make of it?
It's been a good week. My favourite was obviously my task when I went into the house.
We're getting to favourite moments
I got
later.
dead excited.
I know, but I just had to talk about myself straight away.
I
obviously.
turned on the telly and there's I forgot your name. I'm
What's
so
her
sorry.
face?
What's her face was on the Big Brother programme.
I
again.
know,
That
getting
was
all
brilliant,
dirty.
Getting all dirty. Now listen,
lovely.
they all know what the public think of them now. I wonder if Big Brother's revealed too much to them, Louisa.
I don't. I think we needed to do something because it was a bit harmonious, wasn't it, for too long?
It did all
But
kick off, didn't it?
Yeah, so now they know, and I hope that it's going to make them even more paranoid now because we need a little bit of a kick up the back side.
For me-
Head last leg now, isn't it?
It was hilarious watching Mark.
Well,
get on
that's...
there.
What? You're a liar!
It was brilliant. He got the biggest shock.
Oh,
didn't
my
he?
God, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
But
I think he's so
it's
settled in
true.
there.
But it's true what they said. Like, I do think Mark's right. I told him that the first time I met him.
Well, look, one thing we
He
have
got
said as
offended
well,
then, he cried.
Letters from Home.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
series, we love it. Did you have a little cry?
No.
Oh, you're cold, Louisa.
sweet.
You're cold.
Did you?
Yeah, I was in
Did you
tears.
see it?
Oh, I missed that episode.
There you go. Just put it out.
No, I was sat there with a box of tissues.
Oh, God. Let's move on.
Read on, Ian.
Chris. Is this going out on the
It's going to be one of them nights. I can sense
Chris
it.
and Ashley's relationship was a big talking point. Do you think, Louisa, that Creepy Chris is an unfair nickname?
No.
Okay, right?
No.
Why not? Do you think he's creepy?
I think it is.
No, he creeps me out. And then he's like... There was, like, one moment where he was, like, hugging her, and she was sitting down, and he was next to her hugging her, and he was like, it's okay. And she was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, it's okay.
I don't think he's creepy.
It's just so weird.
How do you describe his weirdness then?
I don't think he's weird. I think Chris is a bit socially awkward. Like, we've said that from day
Yeah.
one anyway. But I don't think it's a weird relationship, like a bit like, ugh.
It's creepy.
I don't think it's creepy. I just think he's like, oh.
No, what he accused Pav of doing is what he's doing
Yes.
himself. He was
He's, like,
projecting his own thing onto
projecting,
Pav.
yeah.
Totes.
Maybe.
No, totes.
Totes.
Totes, man.
You're too old to say totes.
No,
Ian.
oh, man, I'm not too old. All right, wicked. Now,
Too old to say wicked.
Helen and Ash have cooled things off a little bit. It's kind of just got a little less steamy.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll just be friends, but friends with benefits?
I knew you were going to do that. It's so disgusting. I don't know. I think that she's... Helen's very self-aware sometimes. And I think with men, she's very self-aware on what the public think of her with men.
Yeah.
And I don't think
I
that she
agree
wants
with
to
that.
further that reputation
Well,
that
hang
she
on a
might
minute.
already have.
When they were tenting this week, maybe it was on Wednesday's show, they were tenting, and it was Ash...
Is that what we're calling
They
it
were
now?
glamping in the bed.
Ash said it himself. Ash was the one who went, oh, stuff this, I can't be bothered with tenting. And he let the tent down and stopped the bunk up.
I hate it when the tent goes down.
But we don't know what was going we don't know what was going on, in the tent.
Oh, yeah, we do.
What?
What was going on?
Go on, Ian.
It's time for our favourite moments
Yes,
of the week.
it is. Louisa, let's have a quick look at you.
I want you to get onto the bed on all fours and say, hi, Queen Louisa. I'm your little piggy.
Hi, Queen Louisa. I'm your little piggy.
Yeah.
I want you to rip your top off and shove it in your mouth.
Shove it in my mouth.
Let's get really filthy now, Pav.
Oh, yes.
And who have you been kissing?
Mark. She's in her.
And then roar like a lion. How delicious are you, Pam?
So delicious.
Are you my yummy sandwich?
Yes,
I want you
I
to
am.
say, yes, Queen Louisa, I am your little sandwich.
Yes, Queen Louisa, I am your sandwich.
Louder.
Fucking hate Louisa.
Fucking hate Louisa.
What do you make of him saying that?
I think...
Do you think it was real, genuine?
What I
He
do
didn't like you when he met you,
Mark,
did he?
Yeah, Mark did. Well, Mark
You
did
made him
like
cry,
me, and
didn't
then
you?
I made
Answer the
Mark
question.
cry.
Shut up, let us speak. For crying out loud.
No, when I met Mark, I did make him cry, and he didn't like me because I said to him, "You've got shit eyebrows and you're fake." So then he didn't like me. So yeah, I don't mind him saying that. It just means that he'll get evicted soon.
I love the bit. I love it. The fact that her favourite bit is a bit with her.
Of course it was going to be. What did you
Obviously.
expect? I want to know what your one is.
Well, let's have a little tricky look.
Helen, if you do what you've done to Christopher Des, I'll leave.
I won, for fuck's sake.
What number have you got around the end, Warren?
I can't say. You just said it. I can't say at all.
That's okay.
What the freaking hell have you done here?
What's he thinking, though? Why would he ask?
Stop laughing now!
Wow.
I'm really fucking wound up with you trying to fucking stress me out. You know how important my hair is to me. So if any of you try and wind me up, I will take it fucking personal.
I love that. There are so many good bits in it. The fact that he's even trusting Helen to go anywhere near his head after the whole thing with Christopher. Ash just laughing and wetting himself. But also, his eyebrows. It's like he's got a thick marker pen. He's all, It's
Can I just
weird.
say, though, in all fairness, don't you think that his hair looks better and so does Christopher's?
I think Christopher's looks
During
better
the
now.
butcher stage, no, it didn't. But I think now it looks really nice.
I think
See,
it
it's
does.
a good
I think
advert
it
for
does.
Helen's salon.
She's not going anywhere near me
good luck.
with that. Hey, let's have a look at yours, shall we?
Go on, then.
Look at this.
I know.
Can you believe that?
It's unreal. It's like,
Look.
it's like it's a false rainbow.
Oh, wow.
I don't even think I've ever seen it. Well, I've never seen one at this time of
This is a
night.
secret mission, guys.
It's the whole thing. The whole rainbow. Perfect rainbow I've ever seen in my life. Right on mark.
Beautiful.
Do you know why, right? It's not the fact that, like, during it, Winston was like, how did Big Brother do this? This is amazing. It was the fact of Mark just stormed off, and you know that camera guy in his ear was getting, get all the housemates with the rainbow, get all the housemates with the rainbow. Mark just does one. He's out of there.
It was a nice
Out
All
there.
about
spiritual
Mark.
moment.
It's always all about Mark,
It's always
babe.
all about
Listen,
Mark.
that was a nice bit of chat.
Thank you,
I
Rylan.
like that, and it's
Yeah.
nice to be back.
It's nice to have you back.
Thank you. Coming up, we'll be revealing some very interesting tests, but not.
Plus, your latest evictee, Zoe, will be here to meet her psychological destiny. See you in a minute. Hand me, Rylan.
Biggest fan.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Big Brother's bit on the site where we are a little bit disappointed that Louisa didn't bake us a cake with our faces on.
Where's Facey Cake? There's no Facey Cake. Where's the Facey
You
Cake?
two aren't worth the effort.
How rude! But she's right.
Cheers.
Now it's time to meet the psychs. First up, psychotherapist Rachel Morris.
Rachel!
And performance coach Kate Marlowe.
And finally, we have reached double digits, people. It's evictee number 10, Zoe Birkin from Pub Idol. So, how are you finding your newfound freedom? You've been out for like 24 hours now.
I have. Well, I haven't got bitten by any mosquitoes, which is an absolute bonus.
Touch.
Yeah, touch. Yeah, so far so good. I've been with my family. I've spent like literally all last night talking to them, finding out what's been going on, having lots of hugs and kisses.
Just had a lovely time.
Yeah.
One thing
awesome
that I
time.
think we need to talk about is obviously when Zoe went in, she was cheered going in. She was saved last week, but last night she left to booze from the crowd. So, Rachel, where do you think it went wrong for Zoe?
I think when you first went in, I kind of turned around to my partner and I went, hang on a second, why isn't she in Celebrity Big Brother? What's she doing in this regular old Big Brother?
Oh, bless you. I didn't get the
because I
call.
just, but I think that went against you. You went in, you were bubbly, you were lovely, you kind of, you really made an entrance, but it was a bit like Fame meets Coronation Street. Everyone was kind of like, well, hang on a second, love. Calm the sparkles down a bit.
But if I'd have gone in the Celebrity Big Brother, which I wouldn't have, people have gone, who's she?
Babe, I went in it.
I went in it.
I couldn't win.
We did it.
I couldn't win. You can't win. Either way, I just want to be part of the show. I love the show.
Well,
watch
you've
it
done
every
it.
single year, and
You've
I've done
done
it.
it.
And I'm like,
You've done
boom,
it.
box ticked.
Kate, do you agree with what Rachel said?
Pretty much. I think we were a bit confused. It didn't make sense why you were there or what you were there for. So when a celebrity goes to do something like this, you go in for the paycheck or the profile boost, and you were a bit like a cuckoo in the nest. So you went in the ordinary one, but you kind of did a celebrity turn, and I think we just didn't get it.
It was just hard for us to...
Louisa, it was very close this week, wasn't it? Were you surprised by that?
I was surprised that you left, actually. But then I just think, you made one comment which insulted ordinary people, and that didn't work.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a
we'll
second. The thing I want to ask you is, because going in halfway through a series must be really weird, and obviously everyone's a little bit suspicious when 3 newbies come in. Did that affect your time in the house?
Not really. I tried not to let it, to be honest. I wanted to just go in there feet first and just get on with everyone and try to become a housemate. But I knew also in the back of their minds, every single day, they're being, during Armageddon week, they're being stripped of their, amenities, their food, their luxuries, their makeup, their hair stuff. And we walk in like, bam, hiya, and they were just like...
all dolled up to the nose.
Who are you? So I think they might have thought we had an agenda, which we didn't.
They had knowledge of the outside world. I'm not sure if they used it enough.
Yeah, I think you could have. We spoke before you went in and you said that you hadn't been watching.
Yeah.
Now, I don't believe that's true. I think you would have done some Googling. I would have done. I mean, any smart person would have Googled at least before they went in. But I think you could have used it more.
I could have, 1,000,000%. I mean, Pav did. He watched it all. He followed everyone on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. For me, which is the God's honest truth, I arrived on the Wednesday, I got a call from the producer to come in. I was like, right, OK. I saw the Wednesday and Thursday, which was the Kim thing. Friday I had a gig. Saturday night I had a gig in Birmingham, drove back and went straight into hiding. So I literally
Did you not Google anything,
a whole chunk. I purposely didn't because, to be honest, some people were like, don't go in. I had people going, do it. And I wanted just to thought, I'll make my own judgment. I don't want to go in having, thoughts about people. I want to see how people are with me,
like
which is what I usually do.
Which is fair enough.
Louisa mentioned that comment that you made earlier on and may have been taken out of context or misunderstood. Rachel, do you think if Zoe hadn't have made that comment, that she would still be in the house?
I think she might still be in the house this week, but I think by next week, Ashley and Helen would have got rid of you, would have formed... They were already kind of plotting against you.
I didn't see it.
I think they had decided that they didn't really like you, while the boys had kind of fallen for you in some way or other, the girls hadn't, and I think you probably wouldn't have seen the final.
Kate, without dwelling on it too much, do you think the public did misunderstand what Zoe said?
No, because I think what happened was... when Zoe was in there, it was like a performance kept up. So it was quite fast. And we never saw you relax and share. And we kept seeing you holding up a brave face and keeping up a performance. And I think we needed to see you relax and share and have some humility.
I did 1,000,000 times. The amount of times I had moments with people, I was upset in most stages. I went into the diary room, talked to the diary room, but all that wasn't seen. What was seen was me looking like I was giving up jazz hands. And I wasn't. Anytime I was asked to sing, it was because the housemates were like, babe, please sing a song, do something. All my tasks were to do with music, were to do with singing and dancing. It wasn't purposely what I was going into doing.
It's exactly what I'm talking about. Is that being defensive and keeping it up. It's like trying too hard.
Well, of course, I'm going to come in here and defend myself.
You don't need to.
Is that
you said I'm trying to do performance, but I was given tasks that were performance tasks.
Is that a bad trait?
It means it's exhausting for everybody else, and that's why the rest of the housemates
in life, is that a bad trait? In Big Brother, potentially yes, because as a viewer we're seeing it. But in life, is that a bad trait?
I think we have to have all kinds of layers to us. I think if you're just on one line, it just gets too much because we stop believing that somebody is real.
But to be fair, just quite very quickly, in your defence, which is, you can defend yourself, I'm sure, but they went in new. They were at the 2-week stage, weren't they? Everyone else was at the 8-week stage.
So
at 2 weeks, they were all performing their asses off.
Zoe integrated really well into the group, and Pav hasn't even done that yet. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that he did the thing that he stayed back and he watched and he waited, but he knew everybody. So it's a bit like, have you ever met a celebrity when you weren't one? It's really overwhelming. It's like, oh my God, I know everything about this person. I feel like I know them, but they don't know me at all. It's really disconcerting.
Sorry,
So
what did you make?
probably shouldn't have watched.
What did you make of it with Pav
Pav.
and everything?
I just got so much time for Pav. He's just a lovely, lovely, genuine, kind, lovely lad who we were all targets, but I think I'm a little bit stronger than Pav in that I was just like, OK, I know fine well I'm going to be up for nomination. Even before I walked in there, I was like, every week I will be because, we're new. But I think for Pav, bless him, he was just like sometimes a little bit of like a deer in headlights, and he'd sit back and he wouldn't, get involved with the group as much as I did. And, there's a lot of Northerners in there, and straight away they were like, yeah, there's another Northerner
So
in,
you
what's
had
the
that
crack?
common ground.
I had a little bit of common ground with them.
Louisa, how do you think the House is going to react now that Zoe's not in there anymore?
I liked you when you're in there, before I say this. I don't think it's going to make much difference, you not being there, because you were so new.
Yeah, because they weren't there for that long. I think that's
yeah,
the
you
thing.
weren't there for that long. They're all settled. Pav will be out next, I think, and it'll just go back to how it was. And I don't think it'll be massive.
You reckon?
Pav to get the power.
Do you think?
And hopefully he'll use it and do something with it.
Poor
That's what
half
I'm
pint
like.
Pav.
Half pint Pat. Strong chat, give him a round of applause. Nice to know. It's time now for a little exclusive, and here's Christopher trying to explain his drunken behaviour last night.
Are you and Christopher friends this morning?
I forgot about that. He had a little kick-off, didn't he? Yeah. I went in the wrong bit, was I? No.
Got a coat on.
No. Look at you.
Are you laughing? Oh, fuck.
Calm down this morning.
Huh?
Did you remember kicking off
Oh,
last
no,
night?
Dymphna was on one last night, wasn't she?
You were a bit late.
I know I was on one. I don't know, Big Brother called me up and they were like, Christopher, did you remember to eat any dinner tonight? Or did you consider having a few glasses of water?
Really?
I was like, yes. I was like, oh my gosh. Were you wrecked? No, I wasn't wrecked, but I hadn't had any dinner or anything, so like 3 glasses of wine, and I was like, woo!
Oh, he's doing the I hadn't eaten any dinner routine. Come on, guys. We don't buy that anymore, do we? Hey, it's time... Sorry, guys, we're doing a TV show. Is that all right? Have a little chit.
My mother's making
Come on, should we carry on?
If you want, please.
Flipping it. It's time now to discuss characters and brains as we delve into some of the results of some special Big Brother tests.
Now, before the housemates went in, they completed some specially created tests that not only reveal personality and competitiveness, but also intelligence and ruthlessness.
Oh!
I know. So first up, we've got Ashley and Chris, who have both been labelled as engaged idealists. Now, these are personalities that are extroverted, helpful, and always willing to see the best in people. I feel really important when I talk about things like this, if you don't mind. Kate, have you seen them traits in either of them?
Yes, but. And that's, you see, that's what Chris does. He'll be very helpful and see the best in people, and then he follows it all with a but and brings them right down. So he does it in words, OK? So he says all the right things, but actually he's sliding a knife in the back at every step.
Well, Rach, that's what I was going to ask you, because we've seen Chris sort of, he wasn't really that accepted in the group first, and we've not seen him willing to help Pav become that accepted person in the group. Why not?
I think it's the kind of, I know it's a big word, but just scale it down. When you're bullied at school and you're the kid who's kind of everyone's mean to, the minute you get a mate, you're happy to have somebody else take that role off you. And I think Pav came along, he was the new guy, and it just meant all the heat went off Chris. And I just think it was a natural thing for him to do. It's not nice, but I think it's understandable.
Moving on to Ashley, her test revealed that she's got good leadership qualities. Kate, what have you seen in her to suggest this?
I think the moment when it was girl power, and Ashley really orchestrated that way of getting Ash nominated. So Ashley does really well with leading things in the group, but she is manipulative.
Her competitive test scored 0 out of 10. Do you think she's got enough fight in her to win this, Rachel?
I think these tests measure what we really know about ourselves. And as an 18-year-old, I'd be very surprised if she would answer the questions in the same way at the end of this experience as she had at the beginning. I think Ashley has discovered through this process that she's viciously competitive. Good on her.
Well, let's move on to Christopher, Mark and Ash. They were all revealed as spontaneous idealists. Now, these are open-minded people with an energy that inspires others. So, Louisa, Ash allegedly has an energy that inspires others. Talk to me.
Ash is the most monotone person ever. He is uninspiring. He has no energy either.
Well, so did he use his energy to inspire
I'll be honest with you, the amount of conversations I have with this lad on a daily basis, I was like, do you not see me wake him up half the time? I literally was pranking him 24/7. He was asleep, and I'd be like going behind him with like a little flower thing and sticking it up his nose and be like, rah!
And
he
he's
was
just
like,
there,
why
like,
do people think that I'm boring? I was like, babe, because you're half asleep half the time. I was like, and I think because of his accent and he really draws his words out. He sounds like he is a bit half asleep sometimes, but he's good. He gets good crack, like, you know, when he opens up to you, he's on a good level. But I know how he comes. He does come across like he is a little bit boring.
Rachel, Mark and Christopher matched in nearly every test. Could this be a factor in their weird relationship?
Yeah, definitely. It's quite interesting because you think about whenever there's been two gay men in the house at the same time in the past, they've always hated each other. It's like, no, there's only going to be one gay in this village, and it's going to be me, right? But
no, I was the only one.
Yeah, which is why.
Unless Razor's got something to tell me.
Well, who knows? But I think in this instance, it's quite interesting because do you remember when I was trying to tell you, particularly Ian, about Kimberly and Stephen? We were talking about the ball and the socket.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
we remember that.
But in this instance, this is like ball and ball, or socket and socket,
or pencil and pencil,
or pencil or glass,
or penis and penis.
No.
What? I'm confused by your analogies.
What I'm saying is they're far too similar. They match each other.
It would never last outside. It won't last
No.
outside, will it? At all. They both scored 6 out of 6 for ruthlessness. Kate, do you think they are as ruthless as each other?
Yes, I think so. And we see it in their relationship. There is no care, there is no tenderness and no respect for one another. It's quite nasty and narcissistic. So it's a bit like they've fallen in love with a mirror image rather than actually a
Someone
mutual,
else.
tender relationship, yeah.
Well, listen, someone who scored a whopping 10 out of 10 on the ruthless scale. Any guesses? It was Helen. Louisa, does that surprise you?
No. No, I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm coming round to Helen, actually. No, I'd probably score 10 out of 10 as well, so good on her.
I think you would as well. Well, listen, she's been labelled a social realist. Now, that's
what's that, Rylan?
That is someone who's popular and values traditions and security.
He's so clever,
I know,
isn't he?
I just say, it's not like
Isn't
I'm
he?
reading this or anything. Rachel, do you think this is why her gang in the house, she keeps so tight around her? And it's such a
Absolutely.
protective bubble for her?
The very first thing she did when she went in the house was draw her people around her to recreate a sense of family. And she's fiercely loyal. She did anything to protect the people she loved. She's a mother tiger, and it's a very protective thing. So, yeah, absolutely.
Pav came out of the test as a character who welcomes new challenges. Kate, has he reflected this in any way whatsoever?
No, because he's not really had the chance. So Pav, we accept, has been picked on, scapegoated, isolated. So we either have a choice to step up or retreat, and he's gone into victim mode, which is a kind of childlike state. So we can be in child, parent or adult state. As an adult, he needed to step up to that and just deal with it. And I'd like to be in parental state right now and ask you to apologise to the lovely lady sitting on the front row for the insult that you made at the beginning.
Thank you. I apologise to the lovely lady sitting on the front row. I hope you accepted it as the joke that it was and that no malice was in any way intended. If I've offended you in any way whatsoever, then I'm sorry.
For being a shitty little boy.
Yes. I'm not going to say shitty little boy. Or we could just accept that maybe it was a joke on a light-hearted, light entertainment show, and you can all fuck off. Now, one result that surprised us was Winston's intelligence. Now, this isn't an IQ test, but he scored a whopping...
It's a BBIQ
It's a
test.
BBIQ. He scored a whopping 127, one of the highest in the group. Have we all underestimated his intelligence, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I find this fascinating. Winston reminds me an awful lot, not just in his looks, but in his way of being, of David Beckham. Because everybody thought David Beckham was thick and stupid, and in actual fact, he's not. He's incredibly successful. So Winston is smart. Winston, Winston is smart. He has integrity, and it's all in the eyes because he has a constant twinkle. He's engaged. He's switched on.
Does he seem cleverer than he appears on the surface?
No, not really.
Oh.
I really like Winston, but I'll be honest with you. It's great that he's being shown in such a great light because he is a lovely, lovely lad. But a lot of the time in the day, he didn't really say much. So it was like sometimes he would, you know, keep quiet and he'd watch the conversations, and every now and again he would pipe up and he would say something, and what he you know had to say was powerful to some of the housemates. But for me, I was like, give us a bit of crack, Winston. I was waiting for a bit more crack from him.
Let's have a little look at the rest of the table. Let's grab that up on the screen. Look at that, Ash. Is
Yeah,
the
he's
most
very
intelligent
smart.
there. He's topped the list with 139. Rach, is that a surprise to you?
I don't know if I would have put him at the top of the list, but I certainly would have had him quite high up the list. He's a shrewd observer.
He's very shrewd, isn't he?
Very shrewd. He knows what he's doing.
Louisa, anyone stand out for you on that list?
I'm
Mark,
surprised.
98.
Yeah, I mean, Mark's obviously going to be at the bottom.
Yeah, but do you think that's genuine? I know that there's a big thing. Is Mark as, you know...
Is he
silly
putting
as
it on?
No,
Do you think-
he is really stupid. No, he is. He's not intelligent. I don't know. I think that's below average.
Kate, little
It is, isn't
eyebrow
it?
raised there.
You think he's putting it on?
It's not the BBC.
I
don't know.
I think Mark is very superficial. I think
Yeah.
it's a lot of noise. I said weeks ago, he gives a pantomime performance and just constantly talks. He's like an attention vampire. He's actually sucking the life
I
out
don't think
of
he's
everybody.
genuinely stupid. I really don't.
I
think
do.
he's just playing the game and enjoying
No,
it.
I really genuinely believe that he is thick.
OK, we're out.
That's your opinion. Give him a round of applause. Nice to have it. Still to come, we're going to be unravelling the mystery. That is Mark.
Fucking hate Louisa.
He hates you,
Fucking
Louisa.
thicko.
Oh, Louisa!
That's why she's doing it.
She's just jealous, she's bitter. Plus our weekly visit to the deepest, darkest corners of the diary room. We'll see you after this.
Oh.
Welcome back to Big Brother's Bit on the Site, the show that digs deeper than a pneumatic drill.
That's what she said. Way! No, we don't get it either.
I don't understand it. I'm not going to lie. By his own admission, Mark's had a bit of a tough week this week, but has he really fallen from grace? He was a favourite with the bookies early on, but now the odds are against him, so we want to know what's happened. Let's have a look at his story so far.
Can you do the tea leaves today?
Absolutely. That's Marlon, isn't it?
I'm slipping further. I've been here for fucking about 100,097,000 fucking thousand days, and I'm fucking starting to finally fucking crack. Fucking hell!
Big Brother cannot turn on the hair appliances this morning.
I'm fucking sick of everybody in here! I'm gonna kill every one of them. Oh! You stupid twat!
I very rarely do feel up because I'm fucking hard-faced.
Please don't swear to me. I don't fucking swear to you.
Do not put your feet in this bathroom there.
You're a liar! You're a liar!
It stressed me out a bit this week.
You lied to me!
Well, he's obviously made a great first impression because he was handed the £5,000 on day one. So, Kate, what do you think it was about him that, you know, secured that?
I think it was the volume and the animation of Mark. I think he just was louder than anybody else in the house.
Do you think it's just simply that?
Well, he got Pauline's attention, and he is an attention seeker.
Rach, what effect winning that £5,000 do you think that had on him?
It might have had an effect on him in the second that it happened, but Mark's forgotten about that. He's not in there for the money. This is not his first rodeo. This is his third or fourth reality show. This is a man who needs attention. He doesn't just seek it. He actually needs it. I think it's food and water for him. I'd like to just say for the record, I still love Mark. He's just a bit of an adaptive child who hasn't really matured in a way that we might expect somebody of his age.
Louisa, he was doing really,
not
really
doing any
well.
harm.
He was doing really well until the newbies came in and they kind of threw him off course. Why was that, do you think?
I think because Mark's an attention seeker, and I think that you would have thrown him off course as well, because you came in all singing, all dancing, waving the jazz hands, and I think that you kind of outed him a bit, and I think you put his nose out of joint.
Did I?
And I think so, and I think he then thought, what do I do? What do I do now? She's getting attention. She's singing for the house. It should be me. So I think he just got like annoyed.
She stole his role.
You stole Mark's line.
What do you reckon, Zoe? Did you notice him change? Did you notice him change around you?
Did what, sorry?
Did you notice him changing around you?
No, not at all. He said when he heard the videos from Danielle and Matthew and stuff that he felt dreadful. He was like, I never want to doubt you. He was like, you seem like a genuine lass, and he was like, everything that he said to me felt genuine. But I think what's happened with Christopher, unfortunately, might have turned his week upside down, and with hearing the reaction from the public. So.
You often pointed out to him, though, like, about his actions in the house.
Yeah.
Do you think that he took it on board, what you were saying to him, or not?
I'm not too sure. There was a couple of times I was like, babe, you spat your dummy there, like you're acting like a bit of a child. But he doesn't like to hear that. You know, he likes to hear great things. He's not very good at hearing bad things.
Criticism.
Yeah, criticism. He's not, and he needs to learn to be able to take that.
The incident where... this is a very strange sentence. The incident where he threw a sweet potato at Christopher, that stemmed from his tantrum about psychic abilities. He was just attention-seeking, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. And you used the right word there. He had a tantrum.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a put-on one. I really think, you know, I come back to this word pantomime as a performance yet again. It's all just too much, and we don't really believe it.
I thought it started off as a pretend one, but then he kind of crossed a line where suddenly it stopped being a joke and he became properly angry, didn't he, Rachel?
I genuinely believe he was furious.
That's
That he
Pam
felt
said it
genuine.
on my show.
Did she?
She said his eyes.
Yeah,
his eyes were true.
I felt he was genuinely felt betrayed, and it felt as though he had a righteous cause to be angry.
But he self-admittedly struggled when Matthew left, and now all of a sudden he's come very, very close to Christopher. Why do you think that's happened? Is it a replacement?
I think what happens is that Christopher is very attentive. He's a warm and willing audience for Mark. It's like having a permanent mirror wherever he goes. Chris is reflecting something back to him all the time. And this is somebody who lives externally. He only cares about what's happening on the outside of him, so he needs that mirror. He needs Christopher.
He was accused of dragging Christopher along like a toy. Is that fair?
I think it is fair. I think we've seen him pick Christopher up, put Christopher down. He's really quite mean to Christopher, and you sort of see Christopher going back for more though. So you can't really. I think Christopher likes it.
Rachel, do you reckon? How has Christopher dealt with it?
I think he's dealt with it with a lot of humour and a lot of generosity. I think he's very warm. And you know what, though? He's got loads of brothers. He's older brothers, and I'm sure he's been used to being played with like that, picked up, put down at somebody's convenience. He looks like he's used to it.
Well, he also didn't take too kindly to the question, why do you think being fake and acting dumb is going to win you, Big Brother?
That was a great bit, wasn't it?
Cash. Louisa, has he got a game plan?
Yeah, I think he is fake, and I think he is dumb, and I do think that he thought that was going to help him win. As well as being gay, he really plays the gay card, which really irritates me.
He said himself, though, that he's emotionally closed. Do you see that?
I think that's probably the only really clear, self-reflective comment that he's made since he entered the house.
Kate, do you agree?
I think it is true. I think he's very vulnerable underneath all of that, you know. But it's just grating on everyone, isn't it?
Zoe, you've been in there, you've lived with him. What do you think?
He never really spoke to me about Christopher because it wasn't really my business, and I've really asked. But he spoke to me about his family because, you know, we talked a lot about family, and he was more worried about his family. You know, his family, he's never brought a guy home. His family have never seen him in a relationship. They've never seen him kiss a man. So that was playing on his mind. He was very much worried about what his mum and his nan and his sister thought. His sister in particular didn't want him to come into the show. So he's kind of got that playing on his mind as well. I think if he had a letter or something, a confirmation from his family saying, son, you're all right, we're behind you, I think you get to see the other side of Mark who walked in.
Okay, since the Barney, he's been apologetic, he's been, oh, you look great in that T-shirt, he's been sort of really nice. Is this because he's genuinely worried about Christopher and how he feels, or is he more worried about how the public are perceiving him?
I think it's to do with the public. Mark is saying the right words, he's reading the right script, but his actions don't match up to it. And again, for me, you know, the eyes are the window to the soul. You look into Mark's eyes, they're open when he's talking, so he doesn't blink, and this is not good. It's not honest because it's not spontaneous. And he looks away. He doesn't make eye contact, and it just keeps talking.
Well, something he's actually said is that he thinks that if it's normal nominations where the housemates are nominating who they want to and it's not the whole house up, he thinks he's going to be safe. Louisa, do we agree?
Yeah, I don't think the house will put him up, so I think he's right, he will be safe. I think, would we see him go if the public could get him out? Possibly. I think, yeah, he could go. I don't think he'd go before Pav and Chris, though, but he's probably right. He's probably right to be a bit wary that the public could want him out.
Yeah. Great chat, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause, please, for that. Thank you, team.
Well done.
Well, thank you, Rylan. I appreciate that. Now, as you've been such a good boy, do you fancy a little sneaky peek into the diary room?
Well, all right, then.
Well, enthusiastic. Have a look at this.
Sorry, Chris, just bear with Big Brother for a minute.
No, it's fine.
Just give us some earpieces with some fucking random shouts to say.
Just give them 2 earpieces because you're not going to show what I say. So I'll just kind of watch. I'll just sit back. I'm like a viewer.
I'll just pretend I'm
like I'm on bit on the side, mate.
I'll just pretend I've got one.
I'm not really here.
Hello, Ash.
Hello.
What have you got there?
Looks like one of them antennas that hang down from the ceiling.
Was it just on the floor?
Yeah. There's a hole above it, so...
Looks like the house is falling apart.
Yeah. Armageddon strikes again.
Do you know you call Giggly Lady?
This is just Big Brother.
Are you Giggly Lady?
This is Big Brother. Was there anything else?
No, thank you, giggly lady.
Giggly Lady, please give me photos. I'm sorry for all the snot.
If it helps, you're a very attractive crier.
What have you enjoyed so far today?
Had a jacket potato for lunch. Excuse me.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
I can't believe we've got pina colada. Oh my God, I nearly had a heart attack.
Do you like pina colada?
That's one of my favourite drinks.
Is there pina colada there? I have a guest wanting pina colada.
Big Brother appreciates that you and some of the other waiters just might need to test a little bit of it to check it's okay.
Right, yeah, no problem at all.
Christopher, how's the party?
Oh, it's good. It's good. I've synced 1 pina colada and two glasses of wine, perhaps.
Really hoping they didn't take any pina colada because I would have liked most of that myself.
Apologies, Chris. Big Brother's back with you.
No worries.
There's nothing to say to that.
No?
No.
Do you like a pina colada?
I've never had a pina colada.
I'll give you one in the break. Stay tuned to find out why Bianca is back.
Oh!
Plus, this one's going to be keeping it real in the reality gallery. See you after this. Keep it real. Welcome back to Bit on the Psych, where we love a trip up Pillar Mountain. Yes, we do. Isn't this? Oh. Fun and games. At 9:57 this morning, Mark explained to Big Brother his idea of a perfect date.
What's your ideal date?
My ideal date? Okay, so my ideal date would be I'd just go out that day and I'd get the most incredible outfit. My hair would be blown to perfection. My eyebrows would be just perfect. I'd have my tan done. I've whitened my teeth for 12 hours, so I would have just looked absolutely perfect. And then I'll go to like a really nice restaurant, just have something like little and nice to eat, but just have loads of drinks and loads of banter and loads and loads and loads of fun. And then just to like a nice bar after it, and that's just something. I'm more easygoing than people think. I'm high maintenance in myself, but I don't expect the other person to be as high maintenance as me. So like low key things are alright. But if it was somebody that really, really liked me, then I would quite like them to take me to Paris on a date.
And what would you do in Paris?
Just French things.
Ah, oui, a cheeky date to Paris, sure. So lucky and easygoing, Mark. I sound like a cheater. I sound French. At 1:13 this afternoon, Ash made a shocking discovery. Oh, oui.
Jesus Christ. Have you seen this toilet?
No, I will be asking him to clean
Come
the
here.
shower and the bathroom because I'm not like having that.
It
It
just
looks like someone's
actual,
just
actual shit.
Oh, for fuck. Oh my god.
It actually does look like someone's just shit on the floor.
Imagine what that looks like on the camera.
Look at them pieces there. They look
No,
like
they need to be cleaned. That needs to be cleaned by whoever did that.
Don't worry, guys. It's not what you think it is. It is dog food from today's task. I don't know why there's dog food in the toilet. You'll find out tomorrow. It's not poo-poo. And talking of today's task, at 2:53 this afternoon, an ex-housemate made a return to try and make Winston laugh, and wonder who we chose to put in.
Who is it?
Bianca! Hi, babe. Oh my god!
Do you think you can unzip me? Do you think you can unzip me? What comes first? Me or the chicken? What comes first, me or the chicken?
Is that a joke?
You just laughed. You just laughed.
No, no.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
She just needs to be stupid.
She just needs to strip and you'll get embarrassed and awkward.
Is this a funny dance, Bianca?
Yeah, it should be a funny dance, shouldn't it?
Isn't it? You laugh.
Fuck for that. Winston!
No, laugh now.
You can laugh now, Winston.
Fucking hell.
Oh, B, she loves a classic Who Came First game. Do you know, I've got one for you. You ready? Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the cock, Winston's cock. That's today's news. Ian, Louisa, and Zoe Burkett from Pop Idol are over here.
I love vibes.
It's never going to get old, though. It's never going to get old. What's going on?
Never mind that boring stuff. Here's an amazing thing. Tomorrow on the website, Ryland's Bite Size Sunday.
Yes!
Highlight of the week. Did you see Matt Johnson last week? He did a brilliant job last week doing it. He's what you call a proper presenter.
He's no Ryland, stop it.
No, he's a good presenter.
No, I want to thank Matt Johnson for doing last week. I appreciate it,
Yeah.
but don't get too comfortable.
And we've got questions for Zoe. Louisa,
we
go
then?
first.
Zoe
We
Burkett
have-
from Pop Idol.
That's the one.
Cool.
Zoe Beckett from Pop Idol.
Hello.
From Emily. If all the other housemates were horses, who would you ride first?
Oh.
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 That's a question
Is
for
that a little,
Bianca,
is that,
surely.
I know, I was thinking, is that a little naughty, kinky question? Ash probably stimulates my mind, so I might have to, I'd ride him
Stimulates your
first. My mind.
And your vagina.
Oh!
Right. Titan Beauty says, if you were on an island, but you have to bring one housemate, who would it be and why?
Honestly, purely because I love bouncing off his energy, it would be Mark, even though you can't stand
You
it.
would have a laugh.
Bouncing off his energy.
What?
Energy!
In your end,
It
though.
would be a laugh on a desert island.
It would be good crack.
It would.
be good
What else you
crack.
got?
Paris McElravy wants to know, if Mark was a grape and Christopher was a strawberry, which one would you eat?
Oh.
What is wrong with these questions?
What's going on here today?
This is what Twitter comes to.
This is like olden day Channel 5
I'll be
late
honest with
night.
you, right? To me, like, Christopher, he's so sweet and lovely, but he walks around with, like, no shoes on constantly. He's always
Everyone's
got, like,
saying
mud on
this.
his toes, all sorts. I'm like, babe, put your socks and slippers on.
So you don't want to eat
So
him?
I'm not going to eat him,
Okay.
so I'll choose Mark.
Guys, give it up for these. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I've got time for tonight. A massive thank you to all of our guests and our fantastic audience. I'm going to be back here on Monday night with Louisa, Dane Bowers, Marvin Clark and Dr. Pam Spur. Night, night. Have a nice weekend.